my fellow griefers and trolls. Eric the Plague Doctor, 981YT here, and beekos. Welcome back to more Elder Scrolls Online, my favorite multiplayer game of all time. So, in the last one, beekos, we started the sequel to Western Skyrim or Greymoor. Which is over here in the Reach, or Markarth, as the DLC is called. So, we learned that the Ashen Lord from Greymoor is back up and running here in Markarth, and he's looking for dwarven relics. But there may be more to this villain than meets the eye, as by the sounds of things, this is a villain that has layers and isn't evil for evil's sake, like most of the other villains in the Elder Scrolls universe, especially ESO. You see, we learned from our friend Count Verandus of Ravenwatch here that before the Ashen Lord formed what was called the Grey Council, and the Grey Council sought to free vampires everywhere from Molag Bal's hold over them. And it seems to me like he's trying to do this again millennia later, because he did that shit during, I think, era. This is the second era. So, yeah, it seems like centuries trying to do it again. Anyway, let's see what Count Verandus has for us.
Your investigations uncovered that Arkyhzand's advisor, Lady Belain, is working with the Grey, and that she's a vampire. To hide that from me takes great power. Tell me exactly what you heard during Rada Alsaron's conversation with her.
Lady Belain mentioned her influence over the Ard, and that Markarth would soon fall to the Reach folk.
With your warning, Arkyhzand can decide what to do with Lady Belain's advice in the future. As to why they care that Reach folk gather within the city, I'll need to think about that. Did you hear anything else of significance during their exchange?
The Ashen Lord said he needs something called the Arkyhzand Keystone. He sent Belain to find it.
Rada tried to use dwarven devices once, but nothing came of it. Interesting. As I toured the city, I met Nolavan. He works with dwarven scrap in the southeast section of Markarth. Maybe he can lead us to this keystone before Lady Belain acquires it.
Alright, I'll find Nolavan and ask him about the keystone.
Despite occupying the ruins of their lost civilization, few Reach folk want anything to do with dwarven devices. That's why Nolavan intrigued me. While you deal with him, I'll seek out Arana's rebels. If I can't find them, they will surely notice me.
I thought you also wanted to talk to Arkyhzand.
So I shall, briefly. Kadak has a city full of Reach folk to deal with, so I don't want to unduly distract him. Then I need to locate Arana. If we can get the rebels to work with us against the Grey host, we'll have more than a fighting chance.
Motherfucker. I'm gonna kill that fucker each time we go past him. I hope you know that. So Nolan's scrap house, whatever the fuck that is.
The yard had strange visitors today. Outsiders asking about Arana. My rooks couldn't tell who met them in without.
I wonder if she's finding out the favor with the yard.
Okay.
Aye, you're an outsider. I guess when the Ard made us put up those scratchings he calls signs, it really worked. Attracted you right to my business. Unfortunately, we're closed right now. Come back later, and bring your gold.
I just need to ask you something. Do you happen to know anything about the Arkyhzand Keystone?
Arkyhzand? Sounds dwarven. I guess that's why you came to see me. No one in Markarth knows more about the deep folk and their scrap than old Nolavan. Now, keystones. That's another matter. Could refer to a wedge that supports an arch, maybe?
I think it may be magical.
Well, that is the other kind. You might be able to find one in Batharzel. I could sell you a map to the place, but it won't be cheap. Or if you do a simple job for me, I'll give you the map as payment. Quick work that will help me a great deal.
Alright, will this cover the cost of the map?
Aye, more than cover it. Here's your map, leads right to Batharzel, I guarantee it. You might need to do a little searching to find the entrance, but that map will get you close. Now, please, I have so much work to do before I can open the shop.
Hey you, Verandis has need of you.
Ah, Gwen! Oh my god, Gwen, I've missed you!
Verandis said he sent you to talk to the scrap dealer, and here you are. Good to see you, by the way. Anyway, Verandis needs to talk to you. Right away, he said. So let's go.
I thought Verandis was going to try to locate the rebels and their leader.
He did. Here, let me mark a location on your map. That's Rebels' Retreat, what Arana and her people call their camp in the foothills. Verandis wants you to meet him there.
Thanks. I may know where to find the Keystone, too. I'll go to the Rebels' Retreat and tell Verandis.
You should move quickly. Verandis has a way with words, but he's still a verbose high elf vampire noble from High Rock, any and all of which can get you killed in the Reach.
It didn't take long for Verandis to make contact with the rebels.
Honey, you should mention that. Oh, he went out into the foothills all right, but before Verandis could find them, the rebels found him. Seems to be working out, at least for the moment.
Tell me more about Rebels' Retreat.
What's to tell? It's a Reach folk camp in the foothills. Probably the main base for the rebels, but I'm just guessing. I was with Verandis when the rebels surrounded us. I wanted to fight, but the Count held me back. That's when Arana appeared.
You can't give me any additional information?
Hang on, let me think. The camp's set up inside an old Nord ruin. It's surprisingly sturdy for something that was abandoned a long time ago. The rebels seem to be running low on supplies. Food, weapons, armor.
And you spoke to Arana?
Well, her and Verandis did most of the talking. I'm not sure I trust the witch, but I trust Verandis. He says she's a friend. That's good enough for me. I must finish this.
The art.
Ah, there is a way shrine right next to it. That makes things useful. This looks to be the rune.
Ah, Urana becomes my associate now.
Aye, that one I know. Very well, Verandis. I'll speak to them. I see Verandis' word is good. He said I could treat with you, and here you are. The Count tells me that Lady Belain and the Grey Host leader, Rada El Saran, seek some powerful relic. The Arkyhzand Keystone. Is that correct?
Yes, I obtained a map that might lead to a place to find it. Bethar Zel.
Let me see your map. Yes, I know that name. But dwarven mischief riddles the bones of the Reach. It could be anywhere. My mother called this place the Hissing Maze. Said it's full of chemical monsters that guard silver.
Do you know where Bethar Zel is located?
3 marks. 3 places to search. All right. I'll help you in Verandis, but not before the spirits bless our alliance. I want you to undertake a ritual. If the spirits favor you, we'll face the Grey Host together.
And if I don't win the favor of the spirits?
Positive thoughts, Harrier. Positive thoughts. Participate in the ritual. Then we will see what we will see.
Alright, I'll participate in a ritual. What do I need to do?
Without the blessings of the spirits, 'twould be unseemly for this alliance to go forward. The ritual begins with the preparation. Gather a Briarheart seed, a Hagraven's eye, and a handful of bright river shale. Check to the east, west, and south.
Ugh, Reachmen and their fucking Briarhearts. But hey, we get to kill a Hagraven by the sound of things, so that's a plus. Those things are annoying. For all your lovely gold. Ooh, the Hagraven's over here. And not lootable, that's disappointing. You're a bitch! You're a bitch! Alright, one last thing. Well, let's grab this stuff while we're here.
The Harrier returns, swift as a crow on the wing. I have prepared the ritual fire. Did you bring the components I requested?
Yes, I have the components.
Well done, Harrier. Now, once we undertake this ritual, we will be bound by blood and spirit. It's a union stronger than stone and more eternal than the stars. Are you ready for such a commitment?
Yes, the Raven Watch and I are ready.
Good. So am I. Let's hope the spirits feel the same way. Place the components in the fire and stand back. No matter what you see or hear, stand your ground and think about our alliance. Keep that purpose in your mind. Understand?
Yes, I understand. I'll place the components in the fire now. But first, we're grabbing this.
Heed our call, Hunt King. Two great packs seek the same full moon. Make them one, bound by common prey. Let Rach and Raven drink of the same dark blood. How your blessing, mighty Arkyhzand. Send a sign and guide our hunt. Look, Arkyhzand paints our quarry in smoke and stars. Our pact has been blessed, Harrier.
Interesting.
The ritual was a success. Our union has been blessed by Arkyhzand himself. I'm not certain what the spirits showed us, but I'll figure it out eventually. I always do. Are you ready to search for the Keystone now, Harrier? I think I know where to begin.
Are you coming with me to find it?
Aye, Harrier. We're bound together now. And how else will you find anything in those forsaken depths? I think the skytail we saw in the fire, the snake, will point the way. Once I figure out how it connects to all this, that is.
Skytail?
That's what we call the shapes in the stars. Constellations is your word, I think. Some of my sisters can read the stars the way you read a book. See the future, learn the truth in every twinkle. I don't have the knack. It's fire and bones for me.
Why do you want to come with me?
We made a pact, and Arkyhzand blessed it. He put us on the scent, and I plan to track it to the end. Besides, without someone who knows the Reach, the map's useless. You know what monsters hate? Silver. According to the stories, the Tharzel is full of it.
Alright, let's go find it.
I need to speak to Tayfern before I set out. Go on, Harrier. I'll find you on the trail.
Is there really silver in Betharzel?
So the legends say. A treasure trove of the pure metal. Enough to arm my warriors with weapons to slay every vampire and werewolf that marches with the Grey Host. And your Keystone too, with any luck.
Alright, let's start at the top and work our way down.
We think the dwarves placed these plaques, but no one really knows. See what that one says. That
The
depicts
warrior.
the skytail of the headsman. I think your people call it the warrior.
You are dead, dead, dead.
These plaques are as old as these hills, Harrier. Take a look. That's the Witch in the Stars, or the Mage, as you call it.
That is a big-ass fucking axe.
Look, Harrier. A plaque. Let's examine it.
Thief.
That's a
Kinda
skytail. We call it the hunter, but I think you would refer to it as the thief. I knew it would come to me, eventually. The ritual, the plaques, the map. It finally makes some sense now.
What are you talking about?
You missed it too. What a pair we make. What did Arkyhzand show us? He revealed the snake, which I thought was just a substitute for our prey. But the skytails on the plaques, the witch, the headsman, and the hunter, they're the Reach Guardians.
And that means...
Look at your map. See how the marks form the shape of the snake in the stars? And see how one mark is missing? If I place it here, we see the snake in its entirety. That's where we need to go. As for the Reach Guardians, well, we'll see.
Alright, I'll make my way there
Storytellers say the dwarves knew the stars better than anyone. Strange passion for people who lived underground, eh? Anyway, let's get to this final location. Aye, this must be the spot. Just look at all this dwarf craft. The entrance to Batharsel must be around here somewhere. Always a trick with dwarves, though. Look at these pillars. More skytails. Turn those stones in the right order, and I think we'll find our door.
This looks promising.
Indeed. A dwarven lock of some kind, I suspect.
Alright, more puzzles. This is gonna be fun.
Did something, Harrier. Well done. That looks right to me. That did it! Oh, wait. Something's not right.
The door opened, but something happened to Irana. She mentioned something about a darkness. We should check on her, but we also need to determine that the keystone we seek is here.
Do you know what happened to Arana?
No, but she has a sensitivity that I do not possess. Most powerful witches do. Let's hope she recovers quickly. It is said that mechanical horrors guard the depths of Betharzel. No matter what, we must find the keystone.
Mechanical horrors, of course. It's a Dwemer Rune. I'd be more surprised if there weren't any.
Mind the shadows and be on your guard. In addition to the mechanical traps and defenders, we know that Lady Belain is also seeking the keystone.
How could Lady Belain get into the runes ahead of us?
Lady Belain has had more time to research the Arkyhzand keystone than we did. She may have already known about his location and the hidden door. Or she may have known a different way to get inside. Then again, she may be looking somewhere else entirely.
You think we're in the wrong place?
I certainly hope not. Between the dwarven scrap dealer and Arana's ritual, everything seems to point to this location. I only mean that Lady Belain may be operating off of a totally different set of suppositions.
Why do you think the Grey Host needs the keystone?
Dwarven keystones not only provide access to forbidden or otherwise sealed areas, they also tend to radiate ancient magic. The uses for such a relic are potentially limitless. I won't be able to determine more until I see the keystone itself.
Reminds me of Lord of the Rings, when they're going into Minas Tirith. The little, invisible door. That's what it reminds me of.
Wendis and I can cover more ground on our own. Let's find the keystone.
So this is Betharzel, eh? Mind your feet, Harrier. Every bit of metal in here means to do you harm. Never seen dwarfcraft like this. Must have been chiefs who lived here. Chiefs or bronze metal workers. Namira's blood. They cut the heart out of the ground. It's an entire city under the earth.
Okay, it looks like we're getting closer.
Close to something. Something awful.
Going down.
Tales were true. So, send crafters down to cart it out as we deal with the rest of these metal beasts.
Oh, Keystone Chamber.
I hear something. Wailing and scratching at the walls.
There.
There's
That
darkness
must be the
all
Arkyhzand
around.
Keystone.
What say you?
All they can do is observe. Oh. Saran? Are they not gonna talk?
Now let's get out of here.
Going up. Oh wait, no, we're going down. Ooh. There's actually a library, a dwarven library down here. Alright, let's talk to Arana.
I don't hear any clanking behind us. I think we're clear. Curse that Lady Belain. I thought if we could acquire the Keystone, we could finally get the upper hand. I'm tired of snapping at the heels of the Grey Host. I want to go for the throat.
We can still catch up to her.
Maybe. But you have to go from here, Harrier. There's a fork in the path, and we need to go our ways. That's for a while. There's something down here. A darkness. Like leeches in a pond, it takes little bites of my soul.
You're leaving.
I need to get back to the surface. I need to see the sky, feel the wind on my skin. I'll rally the warriors and start preparing for the fight to come. Protect your heart, Harrier. This darkness will eat at you too, if you let it.
Thanks for the warning, Arana.
Keep an eye on Verandas, Harrier. Rada al-Saran was toying with him. He's got plans for your friend, I think.
Tell me more about the darkness you're sensing.
It's hard to explain. Most witchcraft is. Imagine a boulder. Heavy, solid, huge. Now imagine some grinning bastard lowering it onto your chest. Slowly at first, but it starts to crush you. Little by little, it becomes harder to breathe.
Is the feeling of darkness worse down here?
Aye. It feels like a wet rag sliding down my throat, choking the life out of me. I'll manage. But you need to stay wary. All of you. Whatever it is, it's like a black pit at the center of a sour fruit. And I don't think it belongs in this world.
What about the silver we saw down
I'll
here?
send crafters to gather some. We'll fashion it into weapons, arrow tips, coated blades. We have a few metal workers in the clans. Use what's on hand to survive, same as always. Silver hurts the Grey Host, so we'll work with silver.
You'd think they'd make silver weapons in ESO, like hurt vampires and werewolves in PvP or whatever, but
think
apparently
this
not.
through.
No, they slipped the
My friend, I thought I could catch Rada and Lady Belain. Convince him to... Anyway, I'm sorry I failed us. They acquired the Keystone and escaped across the river, toward that dwarven structure in the distance.
So what do we do now, Verandis?
Unlike Gwendis, we can't rush off without a plan. Clear heads will win the day, mark my words. This contest is far from over. With a fresh trail to follow and new allies at our side, victory is closer than ever. And much of that is because of you. This must be Blackreach. I've read the legends, but I never thought it was real. Stories hardly do it justice. Perhaps one day I'll have an opportunity to explore it more fully. For now, we have work to do. Are you still with me, my friend?
I'm with you, but Lady Belain took the Arkyhzand Keystone.
Ah, the Keystone. What is it, and how is it connected to that dwarven structure? So important to Rada and Lady Belain. Perhaps they seek to harness some sort of dwarven sorcery? Well, regardless, we can't allow them to achieve their goal.
Should we go after them?
Yes, but we need to proceed with caution. We don't know the purpose of the Keystone, and we don't know what they plan to do with it. That said, we are not without our own talents. We can overcome any obstacles and find a way forward. We always do.
I'll help you find a way into the Dwarven
I'll meet you across the river. Together we'll find a way to enter that ruin. Seeing Rada again, it reopened many old wounds. He wasn't always the villain. At least, I like to think he wasn't. Ah, a fool's hope is a dangerous thing.
You seem conflicted about Rada.
Conflicted? I suppose you could say that. We were friends once, partners, in a great and noble undertaking. And then Rada changed. Maybe it was me. Now, who can say? He betrayed what we believed in, and then he died. Or at least, I thought he did.
But we have to stop Rada, right?
Without a doubt. Rada's plans, whatever they are, will prove catastrophic to the mortal realm if allowed to proceed unchecked. I hope I can talk to him, appeal to his better half, and make him see reason. If not, I'll do whatever I must to end this.
Any guess as to what they plan to do with the Keystone?
I was able to study the Keystone, briefly, before Rada and Belain snatched it away. It's a faceted stone bound by a metal band, obviously of dwarven design. I'm not a Dwemer expert, but the Keystone, it could have 1,000 different uses.
But you must have encountered something like it in all your travels.
It shares some similarities with Ayleid Welkin stones, but as far as I know, the Ayleids and dwarves had little to do with each other. That's puzzling. Magic stones often serve as power sources, as well as keys and even weapons.
Using it as a power source or a key seems more likely, seeing that they took it to that rune.
I reached that same conclusion, my friend. Let's get over there and find out, shall we? And if the opportunity presents itself, perhaps I can get Rada to see reason and abandon this destructive course he's set for the Grey Host. Meet you at the ruin, my friend.
Oh, Blackreach, it never ceases to amaze me. At least it's not fucking depressing, like where the Grey Host's castle is, or like in Skyrim. In Skyrim, it's just dark and decrepit, and there's really none of this natural beauty to it. I mean, sure, there's an artificial sun where you can slay a dragon if you shout at it, but that's really all Blackreach has going for it. You just go there to get to translate the Elder Scroll, and then you're done. There's really much it has going for it, unfortunately.
There you are. We have a problem.
The door's open! We gotta go inside!
This is where Rada and Lady Belain entered the structure, but I can't find any way to open the doors. I suspect this may be why they needed the keystone.
So how do we follow them without a keystone of our own?
Good question. Let's look around. Not all of the ruin remains intact. Portions have crumbled over the ages. Perhaps we can find a path through the rubble. Just be cautious. I've seen both constructs and shadowy creatures prowling this ruin.
Construction, shadowy creatures?
The constructs are dwarven and expected. The shadows, some sort of beings made of inky darkness. Quite unsettling and potentially dangerous. Something unusual has taken hold of this place.
Any idea what this place might have been, even though I already know it's a library, because I kind of come here a lot, because this is my favorite. This is like my favorite section of the Blackreach Cavern, so I come here and just bask in the greatness of the Dwarven Library a lot, because I'm pretty sure is a library.
I wish I could say for certain. I've done precious little reading on Dwarven ruins. I do seem to recall the name Arkyhzand being connected to a university, a library. This place does have a sort of academic look to it, don't you think?
The shadowy beings you mentioned, do you think they're dwarves? Oh my god, that'd be so fucking cool!
I've seen nothing dwarven in their manner or appearance. Dwarves were meticulous scholars. Their constructs, their architecture, everything was precise and controlled. These shades are like wild animals. Whatever spawned them may not be dwarven at all.
Arana sensed something down here. She called it a darkness.
Reach magic strikes me as wild and unpredictable. Arana clearly shares a strong connection with the ebb and flow of the spirits, though. She might have sensed these creatures, but I suspect something else caused her distress.
Something else?
The source of these shadow beings, these shades. I sense a corruption, a void. The longer I'm close to it, the more I suspect it may be the very thing that drew Rada and Lady Belain here in the first place. Stay alert, my friend.
So, it wasn't just a library, it was a university. That's rather interesting, to say the least.
That door is clearly locked. That strange energy. That parchment appears relatively fresh and intact. What does it say?
It was written by a Grey Host, Pentarch. Apparently, this is the library of Arkyhzand.
The library of Arkyhzand. Interesting. I assume a dwarven library houses more than simply books. Anything else of pertinence written there?
It suggests that Lady Belain wants to awaken some sort of dark relic. Okay, just speaking from personal experience, usually that's a bad thing.
A dark relic? Sounds ominous. And quite likely related to the darkness that Arana sensed, and I now feel as well. That could be the source of these shades. Anything else?
It mentions void portals, strange energy pockets that can be harnessed to travel short distances.
Void portals. A dark relic resonating power, and strange shades. We can't let any of this fall into Rada and Lady Belain's hands. Let's see what we can find on the other side of this structure.
Alright, I'll keep looking. Holy shit, I've only ever seen the front of this place. I didn't know it had a back to it. Dwemer Runes never cease to amaze me. Especially in ESO. In ESO, they're not quite as depressing.
Such destruction. And not the... That's a strange-looking shard. Another note and a strange shard. What do you think, my friend?
The note says the Pentarch figured out how to use the void portals. It mentions shards like this one.
Interesting. The shards remind me of something torn from the darkest corner of oblivion. As unsettling as that object is, I think we should hold on to it. Especially if we can use it to navigate the void portals.
Okay, considering there's a lot of darkness and mentions of oblivion, and the spirits, which in Reach culture are the Daedra, I'm really curious. Are we going to end up fighting one of the Daedra? Perhaps even Molag Bal himself? I doubt Zenimax would use the same boss twice, but at the same time, that'd be very interesting if we fought Molag Bal again. But hey, if we kill the fucker twice, we kill the fucker twice! No, it's...
I suggest you try to use a shard to propel yourself through one of the void portals. The risks are significant, but if we can turn these strange pockets of energy to our advantage, we have to attempt it. Worked! Well done, my friend. Above you. Try to make a connection with that portal.
Entering the library. Oh my god, I wanted to see the inside of this thing for ages. Oh my god, it looks fucking awesome, and this is just the research wing. Holy shit. This is awesome, a Dwemer Library.
Impressive.
Holy shit! This place is fucking huge!
This place... I had no idea. I knew the dwarves created some magnificent structures, but this is amazing. And look, more of those void portals in the higher portions of this. The only word that comes to mind is... cathedral.
Why are there so many void portals in and around the library?
Until we find the source, I can only speculate. We need to locate it, learn more about this energy, and determine the true nature of these shades. If Rada and Lady Belain can harness this dark energy, I hate to imagine what they could accomplish.
What do you think they want with the
The longer I spend in close proximity, the more I pick up from the shades. I sense fragmented thoughts and raw emotion. They remind me of pure rage and unbridled pain. Perhaps exploring the library will yield some answers.
Oh my god. Oh my god, so many treasure. There's still books here? I thought they'd all be turned to ash! Oh my god, I lost my voice. Sorry. I'm like a kid in a candy store right now. This is... wow. Oh my god, there are just stairs for ages. god, this is... Wow. See, I was expecting this library to be impressive. It's like, I've only ever seen it from the outside, but... To be this grand, I wasn't expecting this.
I sense their presence in every dark corner. Keep going.
Oh my god, this place is... Wow. Oh my god,
Path ends here. There's a door up above. We need to find a way to reach
Oh,
it.
this makes me sad. It's in ruins.
With the path ahead blocked, our only option appears to be the door above us. However, I sense something on the other side. I smell oil. I hear the whine of ancient gears. Proceed with caution, my friend.
You think I can use the void portals to reach the door?
An excellent idea. You might have to get creative to reach the very top.
But you sense some sort of danger beyond that door.
Danger. But it seems related to this dwarven structure and not the dark energy we're tracking. I doubt it's anything we can't handle. Just be careful as you traverse the portals. A fall from those heights could prove deadly. Even for you.
Okay, let's see. Void portals. Void. There's one up there. This is a bit like a puzzle. It's kind of interesting, to say the least. Ooh, a chest. What's Argonian shit doing down here? Fascinating. In we go.
This appears to be some sort of containment apparatus. And there's a shade trapped at the center. Another sheet of parchment. Might that be another observation by the Grey Host Pentarch? What secrets does it reveal this time?
The apparatus somehow focuses the void energy. I think he tried to use it to stabilize a breach.
Of course! Despite all the knowledge he gained, he made a mistake. That trapped shade. That's the Grey Host Pentarch. We should attempt to free him, if not out of mercy, then to determine what he knows about the dark energy and its source.
The note suggests that the void crystals can be related to focus the energy.
Very well. Manipulate the crystals and see if you can set the tortured shade free. Just exercise caution, my friend. I would hate to see you trapped within the apparatus alongside the Grey Host Pentarch. it. Keep repositioning the crystals to reflect the energy.